Environmental Protection Agency reports that up to 50% of the water we use in our landscape is wasted due to inefficient watering methods. That's literally water and money going down the drain. Wasting water is never good, but in times of drought like the one California is facing right now, it's disastrous. In this Sustainable Ventura News segment, we'll be talking to a local Ventura resident about why he changed out his lawn, how it's impacting his budget and his landscape.
Taking out your lawn is obviously a major project, but I think coming to that conclusion takes a long period of time. People learn, as we, I think, learn that a lawn is relatively expensive in any number of ways. One, you're watering the lawn. Two, the fertilizer, the maintenance, and all of that comes into play. And a lawn, like everything else, deteriorates over a period of time. An ocean-friendly garden is named for a very good reason. I mean, we live in an ocean-friendly environment. You know, grass is really not a native concept. I mean, you can trace the history, go back to England and the fields and the mowing and whatever else. Somehow we've gotten into this mind frame that we've got to have grass. But if individuals really start looking at the grass and this green carpet and the water, as I mentioned earlier, the fertilizer and the cost, versus something that's native, natural, that encourages wildlife, birds. Hummingbirds are all over the place. We have some milkweed, monarchs. It's unbelievable the amount of birds and hummingbirds and wildlife that we have here. So we spend 3 to 4 times more time out here just looking at what we have and listening to the birds and the waterfall than we ever did before. So you have an entertainment cost. Part of what we got back here was entertainment.
Ed mentioned that he stopped watering his lawn about 6 months ago in preparation to remove it. Then this summer, the installation of the new California Water-Wise yard began. I asked Ed about the process he and his wife went through to change out their lawn.
I think we really started out by walking the neighborhoods, taking a look at what other people had done and talking to a number of people. Several of our friends have done exactly this. And then we just go up and down blocks and take a look at projects as well. And so the other thing that we found, we attended the city of Ventura, obviously has some excellent classes on this very subject. So it was really easy to pull up a chair, sit in there, and listen to some experts talk about this. And we did that as well. And then we decided, okay, now how are we going to do it? And we decided we used a very intelligent woman by the name of Lisa Burton, Nature by Design, who met with us and went through the process, and we agreed to bring her on. She sat down and we talked about what our likes were in plants and colors and all that kind of thing so that she could do the design. And one thing that's interesting that I learned is that what I may have here in my part of Midtown Ventura, the plant selection is probably significantly different than it may be in East Ventura, where we have so much more heat, or on the hillsides. So the nice thing perhaps about having an expert involved is that individual can customize your selection for where you live. When Lisa produced the drawings and the layout for what we did, she gave us a front yard and a backyard palette. And her choices were drought resistant, ocean friendly, that met the needs of where we particularly live.
In his former landscape, Ed had a pop-up irrigation sprinkler system that watered his lawn 3 to 4 days a week. However, in his new yard, Ed installed a drip irrigation system regulated by a water-wise timer.
We did put in a drip system. And the great thing about this is you're just watering what's growing. You're not watering all the open space. So it's designed for each plant to have its own individual drip. For bigger plants, they have more. After probably a year or so, because these are drought tolerant, I think we're going to even be able to cut back on that. We took most of the roof water, put it into pipes, and as you'll see, we created a bioswale in the front. All the water does not go to the curb now. It doesn't go to the ocean. It goes into the bioswale and sinks into the earth.
In addition to the native beauty of his water-wise landscape, Ed appreciates the new maintenance schedule.
once or twice a year, we will get a landscape maintenance individual who's familiar with this kind of landscape to do some trimming.
The cost to change out one's lawn varies upon size, design, materials, and other factors. However, for Ed and his wife, the process and cost was well worth it.
We come back here in the evening with a glass of wine and take a look at the wonderful habitat we have and enjoy the birds, butterflies, and hummingbirds and everything else. Looking back on it now, I can say that the benefits, the value that were created far exceed the cost of what this project was.
For more information on how you can save water in your landscape, visit cityofventura.net/water/landscape. Sustainable Ventura TV for a better tomorrow.